I don't even think I would have been doing like car videos as consistently if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Oh. All right, here we go. We're doing it.
Dude, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, bro. Like it's been over a freaking year, man.
Yeah, over a year before the pandemic.
Like literally, man, dude. I was telling Joe early before we started recording. If I would have known that your podcast was gonna go MIA, I would have been on your podcast because I was supposed to be a guest on your podcast.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't even me, bro. My whole family was like, "Oh no, don't have nobody over."
Yeah.
Because you and Hector were supposed to come over.
Yeah.
To do the podcast here in this setup that we're in right now.
Yeah.
My family was like, "Oh no, there's this whole pandemic, there's coronavirus or whatever. Like, no, don't have nobody over."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
So I had to kind of cancel on you guys.
Right.
And the podcast that did come out was literally titled Roddy Flake.
Roddy Flake.
And the whole podcast was just about you guys talking crap because I didn't show up.
That was funny.
Oh my god! And then here we are, 1 year later.
1 year.
Over a year later.
I haven't seen you physically in 1 year.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That is freaking crazy.
I mean, that's like the story with like a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
Like they haven't seen their friends, or I haven't seen my friends that I haven't talked to like before the pandemic. But like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Without making this like political, because I know people will turn this whole virus into a political
issue.
Of
course.
Without making it sound political, at least in my opinion, I feel like we're like almost at the tail end of this whole pandemic.
Yeah, I mean
the vaccine's going out and whatnot, stuff's opening back up again. So I think we're almost at the tail end of it. So I feel a lot more safer now. Like I feel like better now. That's why I have been doing a lot more interviews in person.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I realized was, once the vaccine rolls through, CDC I think mentioned that if you have the vaccine, you can be in the same room with someone who has the vaccine as well, and you can like not wear masks. So I feel like that's kind of like the way it's gonna go. It's like, oh, do you have like your vaccine? You show like proof or something, and I mean that'll be like a way to combat that, because I mean you're getting the vaccine. So
yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
So with that being said, that's why here we are, man. We're doing it, man.
Yeah.
So all right, man. So I gotta jump right into the good stuff here, man.
Okay.
What happened to the Chip and Joe podcast show?
Oh man. There was conflict of interest. Not kidding. No, honestly, it was just the corona hit harder. People were scared, and like Hector just couldn't like come over. Everything was kind of on lockdown for like just the households in general. So we just kind of were shit out of luck, really. And then I think we're thinking about doing like Zoom calls. We were like, it just won't feel the same like for us. So yeah, it just ended up in that we actually recorded an episode like late June, early July, I think, and then the audio was just bad, so never came through. But yeah, we were updating people on like everything, so like the whole episode was just like update, but yeah, I just never rolled through. And then we were gonna do another one in the beginning of the year. I don't remember what. Oh, I think Hector's family was sick, so it like got postponed again. So then we were like, oh shoot, like and now we're in that like not even talking about it. But I mean, I want to do it again. Like it was really fun. It's fun, like once a week, or I mean, even if we don't do it once a week, like once a month, it's still better than nothing. But yeah, it was fun. So I don't know. I have to talk to him and see what happens. But
yeah, dude, I missed that show, man. Like literally, that was part of my weekly morning routine, man. I wake up and listen to that shit, man.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do. Like, I mean, I don't know if people like. I'm sure there's people that want to do like podcasts, because I actually got a couple people messaging me like throughout last year, just because I feel like with like all the free time people got, there's a couple podcasts that like influences people to like be like, damn, I could do that. So one of my friends, Juliana, she messaged me, and she actually she went through with it, because I feel like a lot of people, I don't know if you've gotten this, but like people ask you, they're like, how do I start, like, oh, what's the equipment, and then they see like how much it is, or how much work it is, or what you need to go through, like the hurdles, and then they're like, yeah, I don't want it that bad. So, they fall through. But like Juliana like went through with it, and like her podcast is doing good. And like she's, actually uploading, which is a big portion of like, making podcasts, which I'm failing at. But yeah, no, so that's cool. But yeah, I definitely want to get back into the podcast. Like it's so fun. It's fun. Like doing this, I'm like, damn, I already miss it. Like it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, there was a study shown that like I think it was like 90% of people who start a podcast, they don't get past like 5 episodes.
damn.
Yeah, you know, like,
damn.
You know, because like after that, because like it's the same thing with any project someone does. Like if they don't see results right away,
Of course
they get discouraged right away.
And I mean, I feel like podcast is kind of the one where like you have to put a lot of time in. Like you can't like, there's no way you like just magically blow up. I don't feel like there's like an answer to that unless you get like that right topic at the right time. But like, it's just not, that's not how it works. You don't like, you're not going to make millions off of doing it for 1 year. You know what I mean? Like it's so much work. It's so much work. You have to be consistent.
Yeah. Man. So, so switching gears now, aside from the podcast, man, is dude, your whole YouTube channel completely took a turn for the best,
dude.
Like so, like just to get everybody up to speed. Before this whole pandemic, I believe, on your personal YouTube channel, because you did have a YouTube channel specifically just for the podcast.
Yep.
But your personal YouTube channel, Joe Vazquez.
Mm-hmm.
You were uploading vlogs, challenge videos,
mukbangs,
etc., etc. You know, pretty much whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you mentioned in your podcast that you deleted all those videos or you put them on private.
Yep.
And you said, you know what, from now on, I'm gonna do car videos.
Yeah.
And at the time, you were at about what?
250.
250 subscribers.
Yeah.
Right?
250.
1 year later of doing car videos.
Yeah, literally 1 year.
You sit here today with over 2,000 subscribers.
Bro, you're piping me up too much.
Hey, bro, the hype is real. The hype is real. I'm not overhyping it. I'm not underhyping it. I think I'm hyping it just enough, bro. Because I mean, think about it. A year ago, you were doing vlogs, mukbangs, etc., etc. 250 subscribers. Yeah. And you had your channel at that point last year. You had your channel for how many years?
Oh my god. Okay, so last year, 250 subscribers. I made my channel like 2015. So 2015, 2020, 5 years, and all I've done is 250 subscribers. Like that. Yeah. That's bad for me. Like, after doing it for so long, you're like, you almost feel defeated. I don't know if you remember. I think in one of your podcasts, actually, I was talking about it. I'm like, if I don't make it in like the next year or so, I think I'm gonna call it quits, because it's a dream, but like sometimes you got to be realistic and realize that what you're doing just isn't gonna like pay the bills or isn't gonna like go the way you want it to. So I just thought about it in that sense, and I was like, well, this is my last shot, really, because it's like something. It's like, you always try to like see what's the trend, and also you want to see what you like doing. So like I was like, I love cars and I've been wanting to do it forever, and like a big motivation for me and someone who like I look up to, and his name is Static Garage. So shout out to them. He has like 50k subs. I've known him for years, good guy. But yeah, so he was like a main motivation for this, because I saw how he was doing. I'm like, I could do this. I mean, let me give it a shot. Like I can make videos. I've had the 5 years of like, training for something that like I can put everything into. So I felt like that was the transition from, making vlogs, and just because vlogs are so hard to get someone interested in, like, look at me, my life is interesting, come look at me, is like really hard. But if you have like, car videos where like everybody that loves cars already have like, that specific car they like. Yeah. So for me to just make videos on the car that I like, and people seeing that, they'll be like, oh, cool. Like this guy knows what he's doing there. And then, okay, I didn't know that. So it's really cool. It's kind of like the channel turned into kind of like almost DIY, but like more so of just like, this is what you should focus on your cars and stuff like that. But I would have never thought in like a year that I would be hitting, 2,000 subscribers. And I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, like you found you found the like your niche.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah,
you found your niche on that.
I finally found it, and now it's just double down on it and go all at it. I mean, that's really it. And future plans is all you got to look forward to now. But yeah, just the growth is insane, dude. I would have never, like, if you had told me in the beginning, because I started, like last March, if you had told me like, hey, you're gonna reach 2,000 subscribers in a year if you just upload, I would have been like, you're lying. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, I've been doing this shit too long. I know how it works. Like, it's not gonna work. And then just slowly but surely, I mean, once a week, it's all it took. And I mean, just consistency. That was it.
And you've been like super consistent too, because you've been uploading every single Sunday, right?
Every Sunday, yeah. Every Sunday for like, the past year. I think I only took maybe like 1 week off, and that was just because the video, I think I didn't finish the video in time or something, and that was it. But yeah, pretty consistent. It's pretty fun. It's fun. But yeah, it's crazy to think about. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude. So as far as the YouTube channel goes, what's one short-term goal that you have, and then what's one long-term goal?
So I did a vision board for this year, and it's all car related. Honestly,
okay.
I mean, actually, there's like two things that isn't car related, but just for the channel specifically, short term, just keep making quality content, really. Like, that's it, just quality content. Like, yeah, just fucking quality content is it. And then long term, by the end of the year, I want to hit 5K, so that's one goal for sure. I'm almost halfway there, so hopefully I hit it. But yeah,
I think even sooner. I think you're probably,
hopefully
maybe like mid-year. I think you should.
Hopefully that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to work as hard. Nah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, those are the two goals. Just creating good content. Like, content is king. Like, if you make good content, like, that's it. But yeah, just 5K by the end of the year. That's like the main goal. And then from there, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So if there's anybody, if for the people listening, the people watching, if they're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or they have a YouTube channel, what advice would you give for them to them?
One thing I've wrapped my head around, and I think it's almost pressure to yourself, is I mean, I'm sure if you go on any YouTube video out there and you search up top tips or how to start your YouTube channel, the very first thing they say is your whatever you're using, your camera, your equipment, doesn't matter. But I feel like it does, because I don't think I would have the motivation to, like, I mean, not to dig at your setup, but like, if I was recording with my iPhone the whole time and like making clips and stuff, I don't feel like mentally I would think I'm making YouTube videos as compared to just recording like the same thing for Snapchat and stuff. So having, even if it's a cheap camera, like the T5i I had for 6 years before I upgraded, and like that still was perfect, even though I just wanted to upgrade. But yeah, like, I think equipment does matter to a certain extent. So obviously don't ball out if you don't have the money for it, but if you really want to make like kind of like a commitment to yourself, buy a semi decent camera that, like, mentally, this camera I'm using for content. Because if you use your iPhone, I feel like you're kind of not really in that mode of like, this camera, all I'm using it for is content. So when I use the camera, I feel like I go into that, not persona per se, but like, I know that when I use this camera, I'm using it to create something, like something that's going to be, watched by people. And, I'm not just recording it for myself, or not for my phone, So I feel like just buying a DSLR that's really cheap. A T5i is perfect, has a flip screen. It's a cheap camera. Like, it's perfect. Under maybe like $300, $200. Yeah, just buy that. Get yourself a Rode mic. The ones that are like $100. Those are perfect. I've had it for 6 years. Never failed me. Buy that and then just go at it. And whatever you decide to do, just make sure every video gets better. That's it. Like, if you see the pacing on your video is slow, next video, pick it up. If you see, anything that you don't like, just pick it up from there. That's like the best thing you can do. Just having something that, like, you're going to use for all your videos. And I feel like that's something you need, because eventually, your iPhone becomes full of storage.
Yeah.
Or, you, whatever reason, you just don't feel like recording because you're like, oh, like, my video is quality shit or whatever. Because I feel like the connotation is, I don't want to record my iPhone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, having just a camera, even if it's a cheap camera, is like better than, just using your iPhone, in my opinion. But I mean, everybody has their own opinion on it. I'm sure some people are motivated just using the iPhone. I mean, all power to them. But like, for me, I need motivation to stay, like, wanting to make videos, because for so long it was like nothing, and now that there's something, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm doing it. So, I think equipment does matter to a certain extent, but yeah.
I can relate to that a lot, because when I first started my YouTube channel and I started uploading vlogs, my first ever camera was my iPhone 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I used to do my vlogs.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got the iPhone. I had the iPhone 5, and I still use that to do my vlogs. And like, when I would do that, like, I would be holding up my phone, recording my vlogs, be like, hey, what up, everybody, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And like 95% of the time, I was like, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm recording videos with my iPhone, you know, like it was. I didn't get that motivation, you know.
Of course.
You know, so I was like, like I didn't feel like I was a quote unquote, you know, YouTuber. You know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just a little rookie recording with his iPhone.
Yeah.
You know?
You pull up to a place, like, perfect example, Baskin Robbins.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Perfect example. So for the people that don't know, Baskin Robbins is a place that like Rodrigo and I were going to at a certain point. We're doing like 30-day vlog challenges. So that became a place where we went kind of consistently, like a couple days in a row for sure, at least a week in a row. And the only reason that became a place was because I pulled up with my DSLR with the Gorilla Pod and then with the mic. So it's like a setup, you know? So they're like, whoa, what do? You make videos? And I was like, yeah, you want to be part of my video? And then they're like, sure. If I pulled up with a fucking iPhone, they would have been like, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, like stop recording.
Yeah. Or they wouldn't even have mentioned it. It would have been in my pocket. You know what I mean? So like, I'm telling you, there's a different notion when you have a camera to when you're using like your phone, because you feel like you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's a different vibe. Like it's completely different. So I mean, that's like my recommendation. I don't know if it worked for everybody, but it worked for me. And obviously, I remember like you were telling me, you're like, yeah, man, once I get the G7X, I'm gonna start vlogging. You know, like it feels like it's like, even though it's kind of shitty, but like you have to have the equipment to make videos. And I feel like if you have that mindset already, might as well buy the equipment, because you're gonna feel like you're not making either quality or stuff, and it's gonna put you off. So definitely something that like you should look into. Don't buy an expensive camera if you can't afford it, especially right now with Corona. But just make sure that you're consistent. That's it.
If there's one thing I know I've learned about money, is or buying like a luxury item, is this: if you can't buy it twice,
don't buy it.
You can't afford it. That's my thing. Whenever I buy anything, I look at it. I look at the price. If I can't buy it twice, then I can't afford it. Like if I buy it twice and I'm gonna be broke, then I don't buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like my little thing that I always do when I buy something that's a little bit pricey.
Yeah, 100%. That's
and and you mentioned you know, going to Baskin Robbins, you know, compared to your setup and compared to someone who just has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Another like thing that came to mind was when you and I went to that charity basketball game in Thousand Oaks.
Oh yeah.
At that time, I already had a vlog camera. I didn't have the G7X yet, but it was one of those Canon Power Shots.
Right. Yeah.
And we were in the bleachers, and I started vlogging, and then you started vlogging too. And then I don't know if you remember, there was like two girls behind us.
Oh,
that were like trying to get in the video. They're like, oh hey, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
So like, because they see the professional, or like they see like a camera that's not a phone.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh hey, what's up? You know.
Yeah, I remember
if
that.
we had a freaking phone, they would have been like, oh this guy
like,
trying to be a vlogger, you know, with his phone, you know.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you remember also the security guard there that was like kind of keeping everybody away from like the celebrities that were there. He like looked at me. He's like, oh, are you their cameraman? And I was like, oh no. And he was like, oh okay. Yeah, but like, because you're confused, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, well, you got a big camera.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're not just gonna be in the bleachers in the corner. You're gonna be like in the action. So it was like, oh, you're the camera guy, like you know?
Said, yeah, man. See how far you.
But I didn't want to leave you. I was like, oh, it's so I didn't want to leave you. That was the only reason. I was like, I'd feel messed up.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
But you did end up getting back, like, somewhat backstage.
Yeah,
right?
I got all the way like basically in the back, and I got to like meet who I wanted to, and it was cool.
It was like
Alex Wasabi. Yeah. He stopped uploading videos. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Like it's crazy. One of the players in the game that we saw. Cameron Boyd.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. Like that, we literally saw him play basketball live in person. And, you know, he unfortunately passed away.
Yeah,
which is freaking crazy. Like when I heard the news that he passed away, like I immediately thought, I was like, I freaking saw this guy play basketball in person. And like, whoa.
Could have gone up to him and said hi or whatever. You know, like we're that close, and to see someone like that, that's insane, dude.
So
yeah,
fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
So going back to the topic of this whole pandemic and quarantine and all that not so good stuff. Though everyone still typically keeps busy. We've all had some free time, so I wanted to ask you, what have you been doing this past year that I haven't seen you, besides the videos, besides, you know, all that good stuff? What have you been doing in your free time to keep yourself busy?
I ended up going down a different path than I thought I would. I was like, okay, I need to try like different things. So one of the things I started doing was, I mean, I don't do it as much anymore, but I started playing tennis. And like I was like, damn, this is fun. And then there's a place. I mean, this is for the locals out there. Ojai has like amazing, like beautiful. Like they're empty too. Like all the time they're empty, and it's just rows and rows and rows of just tennis courts. So I go over there, and play tennis with friends or whatever, and it's really fun. It's fun. And then another thing that I mean, it's on my vision board was to get into boxing because I've always wanted to do boxing. And it's just a great way to like get all the stress out. And so I bought like a reflex bag, and just kind of hitting it around. Nothing too crazy. I'm not like gonna take it serious or anything, but just for hobby? Fitness, and as a hobby. Okay. Just because like gyms are closed, so I'm not gonna go running in the rain or in the cold. I'd rather just go in the garage, hit the bag, an hour or so, and then be fit, I guess. Yeah, just stay fit, honestly, because I feel like mental health with like staying indoors or like just not being able to work out, like for me is a big deal, just because I'm so used to being active, and then just kind of taking that away from me, it makes me feel all cooped up inside. So I need to like hit a bag or work out or something, get like sweat going. So that was like a way to do it. And then tennis, just because it's something that'll always be open, just because there's other places that are closed, so you can't like go bowling and stuff. So things like that, I decided I would pick up something that like I could do whenever. So yeah, those are like the two main things that like I really got into, just because I feel like it's hard to work out right now. So yeah.
You think you still would have done that if this whole pandemic didn't?
Hell no. I used to think tennis was lame. I used to think tennis was like just for chumps. I mean, it's so fun. Like I used to think it was just for chumps though. Like I was like, oh look, tennis, hitting a ball, but like it's a lot harder than you think. Yeah. It's a lot harder. But yeah, there's techniques and stuff. But yeah, I would have never done that. Hell no. Yeah. Hell no. And then I don't think boxing either. I don't even think I would have been doing like car videos as consistently if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Oh,
because I got unemployed, so like I had time to do them now, and so that was the main thing. Like that's why I'm like, I'm so thankful for the pandemic, because like it became something where like, what the hell do you do? So I can't just be like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything, because like I hate not doing anything. Yeah. So I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna do an idea and then record it, whatever it is. And so yeah, the pandemic definitely helped with that. Or else I probably wouldn't have been doing it. So like that's what I'm thinking. Like now looking back at it, if I didn't do anything like that in the pandemic, I think I would have been shooting myself in the foot. Yeah. Oh, so bad. It's like the one time ever, I think, other than, I mean, hopefully there's no other pandemic. Yeah. But like, well, it's like the one time I think I really like got to actually, I don't know, like have time to do it. Like you've never like really had like the time, like the amount of time you want, like, to do whatever you want. And like now it's like perfect. Like I even got to do, a couple trips this year. But yeah, so I got to do trips like with friends, and it was a good year. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. But yeah,
going back to the whole car videos thing. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy how we've been friends for a long time. Mm-hmm. But like literally, like the biggest difference between you and me, man, is you're like a lot about cars. Well, I assume. And then for those who know me personally, I don't know squat about cars, bro. Like that's the biggest thing, bro. Let me tell you, I want to share with you a quick story that happened to me a couple weeks ago.
Oh man,
my car broke down. Oh. And this girl that I'm talking to, she came to help me. And she knew more about cars than me.
Right.
So, bro, do you have any? Okay, so what was wrong with the car? The transmission ran out of oil.
Whoa! What the heck?
So like my car was on, I was hitting the gas, but it wasn't moving.
It wasn't moving. You're putting it into gear and it wasn't moving.
Yeah, it wasn't moving.
Okay, I know a person that's done that.
Yeah. So this the girl that I'm talking to, she comes to help me, and she knew more about cars than I did. So she put the oil in the transmission, right?
Yeah.
It still didn't move. Like she didn't fix it, but that's what needed.
The initiative.
It needed oil, and it still wasn't moving. So she helped me push it to the nearest parking lot, because I was in the middle of the street.
Oh.
So
whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the car barely made it to a freaking stoplight, and right away it just broke down on me.
Shoot.
So she came to help me. She helped me push it to the nearest parking lot. Which, by the way, my boys, if you could find a girl that helps you push your car to the nearest parking lot, I don't got a ring on, but you put a ring on.
That's the rule of thumb.
That's the rule of thumb.
I don't want to get my nails dirty.
Yeah, you know, like she helped me push us to the nearest parking lot, and then she put the oil in my car. But it was embarrassing because like I didn't know what to do. And I watched her put the oil in my car, so that was so embarrassing for me.
Did you have your hands like in your pocket? Like what? Like
I pulled out my phone. And I turned on the flash because it was like 9 p.m.
No!
It was like 9 p.m. Because it was at night. Because I got out of work.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
and I turned on the flash.
Oh man, that's funny.
So I mean, I told the girl, I was like, you know what? Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming to help me.
Yeah.
I was like, and she didn't leave. She waited until because my dad and my brother came to fix it.
Yeah.
And she took me home. And I left the car there.
Right.
And so I kept telling her thank you. You know, I told her thank you for staying with me, thank you for giving me a ride home, all that good stuff. You know,
yeah.
I was very, very grateful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I felt so freaking embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, dude. And then I get home, and then my parents were like, come on, like you're a 23-year-old man, and you're gonna let a girl work on your car for you.
Oh no.
So literally, that was just so embarrassing, man. Like I felt like. I mean, in no way, like, I'm not saying I'm insecure. I mean, we all have insecurities, but
yeah.
As far as like a whole myself, I'm not insecure. But I did feel a little bit less of a man at that point. Again, I'm not trying to say a female cannot do anything a guy can do.
I get
but
as
far as my pride goes,
yeah.
Like I feel like something as simple as putting oil in a car.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something I should know.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
It's almost like you felt stupid in the sense.
Yeah,
like, you're like, wow, that was it. Like that's what she was doing. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't do, like, you know. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you mean.
Like she tried to make me feel better. She's like don't worry. Like she's like
don't worry. I have friends that don't know. Like I'm the guy. I'm the girl. Like you know.
I like you know she tried, but I mean still it was just my pride that was hurt mainly. You know.
Yeah.
So
understandable.
So I told myself, like, you know, the next car I get, dude, I'm learning every little specific detail about that damn car.
The easiest thing you can learn, and I mean, this can go to anybody who's watching, just learn to change your oil. Learn how to change your tire. That's it. Like, that's gonna be like the one
biggest
problem you would run into is your wheel being flat and you need to switch it out. If it's anything crazier than that, like, you know, you're obviously not gonna be able to drive your car. You know what I mean? So you know, switching out your tire, the easiest thing you can learn. And then oil, you know, save yourself some money going to places that do oil changes and, you know, little scummy places like I'm not even gonna do it. Jiffy Lube.
Shots fired right here.
But yeah, like just do your own oil changes. It's so much cheaper and easy, you know. And I feel like you feel satisfied doing it. Like, you know, it's like, oh, okay, I did something to my car. Like, and from there you just like, oh, I want to learn how to do this, how to do my brakes, how do I do this, and you know, you end up doing that. I mean, same thing with me. Like, I mean, I had before I had the G35 I have right now, I had the white one, and like I barely did anything to it. I didn't know much, and then I started going to school, and then, you know, started, you know, dabbling into it more, and now I'm like, okay, like I can do this, I can do that. So it's all just wanting to learn, honestly. That's it. Just want to learn, and then, you know, research. YouTube is perfect, dude. Like you can be like, oh, how do I change my oil in my 95 Civic? They'll be like, okay, here, this 95 Civic, here, you do this, this, and this. Okay, cool. These are the parts you need. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
so
that's what I feel like I have to like I'm literally good. I have to like, so like this whole situation that happened to me was like a wake up call for me now.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way. And also too, bro, like I'm like I said, I'm talking to this girl, like I'm trying to impress her. So when that happened, bro, I was like, bro, this girl probably thinks, man, oh, like this fucking guy can't even do this, like, you know. Like I felt like that was like major points down for me.
Yeah.
So
of
like
course.
so that's why like now like there's no way I can let this happen again.
I think in your eyes, the way you perceive it is maybe you find yourself as, you know, trying to be the provider.
Yeah.
And giving this sense of security. And when the girl gives you the sense of security in something that you feel mentally you should have been the one to do, like it's like, whoa,
that killed my pride.
Whoa, what am I doing? Like, I
just
get
killed
you.
my pride, you know. So that's why it was kind of a wake up call for me now. Like, okay, I can't let this happen again, you know, because this is like a big thing.
100%.
So now the next car I get, because right now I don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
I don't have a car right now.
Damn.
So the next car I get, I'm gonna make sure I learn everything I could possibly about it to make sure that this never happens again.
100%. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And hopefully I can get my credit back from the girl, you know. Hopefully she'll
do you still talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still talking.
You're
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So Fingers crossed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not just for the girl, but just just for myself too. For the
that
future.
you'll learn.
Yeah,
you don't destroy your car.
yeah, so.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. I have a segment that I do on the show.
Okay.
And I call it the hot rod seat.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to put a minute on the clock.
Am I on the seat?
Yes.
Okay.
You're in the hot rod seat right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're in the hot rod seat. I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and I'm going to rapid fire some questions at you, and you just answer them as honestly and as fast as you can.
Okay.
Up for it?
I'm ready.
All right. And since I am a very, very big professional, I got my 1 minute timer right here.
Whoa, this is official.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you right here. 1 minute timer right there.
Okay.
All right, let me just get my.
I'll be as honest as I can.
Oh, here we go. Hey, look, a little fun fact. Here's my second ever vlog camera, the iPhone 5.
Oh, really? You still have it?
I still have it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I got my questions. On here.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
I'll try to be fast and honest.
All right, here we go. Joe.
Yes.
You're in the hot rod seat.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
And go. Biggest fear.
Heights.
Your go-to breakfast.
McDonald's deluxe breakfast.
Your favorite ice cream flavor.
Strawberry.
Your go-to karaoke song. Like when you're in the shower.
Tula Shorty by Don Toliver.
Your secret hidden talent.
I can do the Ed voice.
Oh, that's right. Childhood celebrity crush.
I never really had one.
What is one food you will never give up?
One for pizza.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
What are you terrible at?
I'm terrible at writing with my left hand.
Your least favorite fast food?
It'd have to be Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite TV show?
Ed and Eddie.
And time.
All right.
Oh my god. All right. Actually, we had two more seconds. Fuck, my bad.
A TV show, as in like cartoons, Ed and Eddie, but like I think right now it would be like maybe like Superstore or Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
Those are like my two favorite ones.
I want to go back, man. You got to give us a little Ed from Ed and Eddie impersonation on the show right now, man.
In my last video, I actually talked about how I paid Matt Hill on Cameo.
Oh right, I saw it. I saw that.
Yeah. So I ended up, for the people who don't know, Matt Hill is the voice of Ed from Ed and Eddie, and I'm like a huge fan. I don't know why I'm obsessed. And like as a kid, my dad hated that cartoon show. I don't know why. He probably saw something, and you know how like kids don't realize what they saw, and you know there's like double meaning to things. So so I was never really allowed to watch it, which made me want to watch it even more. So I ended up messaging or emailing Matt Hill like years back, and I was like, hey, I can do your voice, I'm a really big fan. And he put like Joe Vazquez, friend of Ed. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. And that was like forever ago. And then like last year it was for like my birthday. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just spend $20, get him to say, you know, subscribe to Joe Vazquez. And then he didn't say my last name right, which is fine.
What did he say?
He said Vazquez.
Oh,
and I was like, it's fine.
I don't think I caught it.
It's fine. He's I think I cut it out on the video. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna put that.
Vazquez?
Vazquez.
Vazquez.
Yeah. So I was like, it's fine. You know, he hasn't got time to pronounce a Z. Why is he gonna pronounce a Z? But so in my last video, I was like, I paid this guy and I put it on the video, and I'm like, if you guys want to see this at the end of every video, let me know in the comments. And people were like, yes, do it, you know, put it. So I'm gonna be putting it in the video. But yeah, so I never did an impression on there, so yeah, I guess I gotta do it now.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell people to watch this just so they can see the impression.
All right, for sure.
I gotta get into that mindset, you know.
All right.
The Kinkers, Double D. The Kinkers. Jawbreakers.
Don't tell mom.
Oh my god. But yeah, I love the voice. It's such a it's so unique, and I like watch like behind the scenes, and he's a fucking goofball. I love it.
Yeah, dude. I remember every when we used to hang out like more often. I remember just like at the randomest times, I would just at the most randomest times we wouldn't even be talking about the show.
Yeah.
Just any random time, I would just be like, The Gankers Double D.
yeah, literally, anytime.
Just because I thought that was so funny. The Gankers Double D.
The Gankers Double D.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. Little Jimmy.
Oh my god.
Oh
man.
man.
Hilarious,
But
man.
yeah, so that's like the one character I love. I don't know why I have this weird obsession. Maybe it's like a void in my childhood I'm feeling, but it's fucking funny, man.
I heard that show's now on. It's on Paramount Plus. So I heard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I heard it's on there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
Dude, I'm subscribed to too many. I have Hulu. I have Prime.
Yeah.
I have Disney Plus, Netflix.
Question.
I got Peacock.
Hulu or Netflix? And you can say pros and cons of each one. I have my pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean, Hulu has some good ones. Specifically, it has Full House. It has Family Matters.
Okay.
And those are two of the shows that I watched like a lot growing up. Drake and Josh.
Oh yeah.
It has Drake and Josh on there.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of good movies. It has Shrek on there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it has a lot of good movies on there.
I was watching that the other day, yeah.
Netflix, in my opinion, Netflix is just, it's turning like at least in my opinion on Netflix, 90% is all Netflix originals.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's all I'm seeing now.
Yeah.
So I'm not really seeing different types of other
100%.
Like, I'm seeing pure original Netflix original TV shows, original movies.
Yeah,
stuff like that. That's
the thing that they're doing too, it's like how you mentioned, you're subscribed to so many. It's like Peacock just came out like not too long ago.
Yeah.
Paramount just came out not too long ago. So all those shows and all those movies that they're having in those platforms were once in Netflix. So like Parks and Rec was in Netflix, and I watched all 7 seasons, and now it's in on Peacock.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, cool, I can't even watch it now. So, so it's kind of like that. Everybody's trying to branch out and make their own because they saw how much, they're making. Like Disney Plus is making a shit ton of money because everybody's like, oh, I get to watch Disney movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I personally have Hulu. I think Hulu is better with TV shows and just like, honestly, just TV shows really. The movies are like good, but there's not like a, oh my God, like these are best movies. It's all right. Netflix has the movies and they have documentaries. That's the only 2 things I'll give them. Like Tiger King was like amazing.
Yeah.
They have like Netflix originals are pretty good too, some of them. So I mean, they have what they have, but I personally go with Hulu for like day to day. If I want to watch a movie, obviously I think Netflix would be a better fit.
Yeah. Peacock, literally the only show I watch on there is George Lopez.
Oh my
George
God.
Lopez, I freaking love.
How much
that
is
show.
it a month?
It's $5 it's $5 with ads, and I think and then it's $5 plus tax for ad free.
Oh, okay.
So I was like $5 is not gonna $5 plus tax is not gonna kill me. So So I got the ad free one.
Yeah, it's
but
annoying.
George Lopez is literally the only show I watch on there. I went through other stuff. It has like shows like The Office and stuff like that, but I've never watched that show.
Yeah.
So George Lopez is the only thing I'm watching right now. I haven't had time. I haven't bothered to look through what else it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, before we wrap things up, man, where can the listeners and viewers find you on social media, man?
They can find me on I'm only gonna promote my Instagram and YouTube. That's about it. So Instagram at the Joe Vazquez, and then for YouTube just Joe Vazquez, and that's about it.
With the Z.
With the Z.
With the Z.
Make sure the Z's in there. no Vazquez.
Hey, freaking a story that I haven't shared publicly yet. Is I got a cameo from this there's a wrestler that I used to watch when I was a kid, Eddie Guerrero.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, well, in 2006, unfortunately, he passed away.
Whoa!
But his daughter, she's about 30. She's about 30 years old now. She's all grown up. And now I'm a big fan of her.
Right.
So I bought a cameo from her.
Right.
And I told her to shout out my podcast, the Rodcast Podcast Show.
Oh man.
So I literally put that right there in quotes. I put, "Can you shout out my podcast, the Rodcast Podcast Show?" She said all the words, just 2 words in the wrong order. So you know what she said?
What she said?
She said, "Make sure you guys check out Rodcast, the podcast show."
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. So I was like, I mean, same thing. I was like, she doesn't have time to
She doesn't have time to fucking do it again. Come on, I'm gonna just take what I get.
Yeah, so I took it and I was like, okay, but I was like, Rodcast the podcast show.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, how do I use this?
Yeah, and I was like,
you have to put the clips like.
I actually edited it and flipped the words back, but so it's all good. Like, make sure you guys check out the podcast show.
Yeah, that's funny. Damn.
And final thing before we wrap things up, man, what are 3 things that you're grateful for?
3 things that I'm grateful for. Obviously, I think everybody could agree on this one is health. A lot of things happened last year, and I feel like this year is a better. We're on the other side of the hill. So health for sure. Grateful for the subscribers. Like shit, man. I never thought I would have been there, but yeah, here we are. And then health, the subscribers, the support, and then probably just family. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. I mean, I feel like people took it for granted, and now last year was a wake-up call, and, seeing how whole thing turned out, damn, you gotta be grateful.
Again, thank you again for making this happen, man. Thank you for taking the time, man. It was good seeing you after over a year.
Jesus Christ.
And congratulations on the success and growth of your YouTube channel, man. And
I'm
excited.
you.
I'm excited for what's next for you, man.
Thank you.
So let's get it. Peace. Boss.
Peace.
Boss. Shout out to Hector.
Darling, you